Hello everyone, greetings from Ontario. It is June 9th, 2025, and the times we're in certainly are challenging. I haven't done a video in a really long time. I feel like I've just been kind of in the within places and sometimes being horrified at what's happening in our world. But I also feel the importance of really appreciating the beauty of where I live, which I'm sharing with you. And so I'm going for a little walk today without the dogs because we suspect that there's probably a fawn up in the woods. This is the time of year when they're being born, and we certainly don't want our dogs to disrupt that life journey. And we've just had a very rainy day and the sun is coming out. How lovely. And it is kind of buggy as it is here. So I'm going to show you what I look like wearing my Canadian bug jacket. Ooh, there's my hand. Yeah. That's what we have to do during black fly and mosquito season. It only lasts a few weeks. I mean, the bugs, they'll be here, but they do calm down because the dragonflies show up to feast on them. So anyway, I keep getting, well, what I'm doing to help myself in these deeply troubling, changing times, first of all, it is this knowing that I have that we came here for this time, for this great change that we're going through. And I am, of course, pretty centered on what's going on in the States because that's where I'm from. But obviously, there's some really terrible things happening all over the world, especially in Gaza. And it seems that we are witnessing an immense cruelty among human beings that I find so astounding. I just don't understand how people can be so cruel. And sometimes it just enrages me. Sometimes, I mean, it is enraging. But we've got to deal with this somehow in our lives, in our little, beautiful lives. And so, I find being creative is very helpful. It actually keeps me sane. So however creativity flows through you is a wonderful way to take care of yourself. And there's a baby snake. Oh, I don't think I probably didn't even see that. There have been a lot of snakes, which is wonderful. They startle you sometimes when you're just walking, but anyway, finding community. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Look at this green. Take a moment and breathe this green into your hearts. This is my green place. and hearing the birds. So allowing creativity to flow, however it flows through you. Getting with community if you can. Creating some good trouble to resist the cruelty that people are displaying. And remember, there's more of us than them. There's more loving people who are able to feel compassion for others than there are creative people. Than there are cruel people. It just seems that the cruel ones are in charge. Listen to those birds. At this time. Gosh, it's awfully dark in here. Yeah, it does seem that the cruelty is pervasive, but it is not sustainable. It is not life-focused. It cannot last. And we see throughout history how cruelty fails. But it always seems to pop its head up again and again and again. And I think that we're at an opportunity now for that to actually come to an end. Whether it will in my lifetime, I'm not sure, but we are on that trajectory. Of that I am sure. The ending of cruelty. And it's, in a way, a kind of generational thing. Because I feel that there are many people who are quite young on this planet now who will have a whole different sensibility. And so what we can do as adults and elders is continue planting seeds. Seeds of love and compassion and kindness. And people are being forced into situations where perhaps the only choice is love and compassion and kindness. And so something else that helps me through these times, the light's coming through, is when I put my focus out into the bigger picture, when I connect with my soul and realize that my soul has had many experiences beyond this lifetime and beyond this planet. Perhaps whoever's listening to this, you can give yourself a chance to kind of zoom out and feel into and ask your soul, ask your guides, if you work with angels, ask them to assist you in uncovering what your soul's wisdom is, what your soul gifts are, and what your soul has already learned from other experiences that can be applied to whatever you may be going through at this time. If I sound a little out of breath, I've just been walking up a big hill, so. I believe, and I feel, in case you're wondering, this is an old sugar shack where they boiled off maple syrup, maple sap to make maple syrup. Anyway, yes, so I feel that our souls have had so many experiences and hold so much wisdom for us, and that we're able to access it at this time. If we focus on it and call it forth, ask for assistance, ask for wisdom to come to us in our dreams, and just really contemplate and settle into be open to receiving whatever information regarding your soul's wisdom can come forth to you. Because I feel that many of us are what would be called systems busters, that we actually came here to bring forth an energy of love and a conscious awareness of how we are one with all of life on this planet. And the tree is nodding yes. And also that we have come here as I said, systems busters, to help bring onto this planet a new way of being. I mean, we are really stuck in this money matrix situation. And most people are struggling, to make ends meet, to have a roof over their head and food on their table. And then there's the money hoarders who actually get all that money from us. So it's, it's still feudalism, just without the monarchies. And there is a parasitic energy to that. And we are at a point where we are in, I feel, the early stages of shaking that off. Shaking off the parasitic energies. And I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how that's going to play out. But there are people who are coming up with new inventions to help us live more sustainably here, where we don't exploit the earth and we don't exploit one another. We're at the beginning of that, I feel. And so I generally feel hopeful and feel that we are on a path We're definitely on a path of change. It's a little painful the way things are falling apart. It's a lot painful the way things are falling apart to some people. But there is something better that is in the process of being created as the old collapses. Something better is coming forth. And it happens through our intentions and imagination. Contemplating how we would like to live here. What does actual true freedom feel like? And it may have nothing to do with how much money we have or how much stuff we have. I keep seeing circles coming into living in a circular way. A circle that we gather in, a circle sitting around a fire. A circular way of living multi-generationally in harmony. All doing their part to assist the whole. So that we can thrive together in joy and abundance. What will that look like? Not totally sure, but I'm ready to help dream it into form. So, paying a little less attention to the terrible things going on, or the terrible things the terrible people are saying and doing. I know that's a little weird saying terrible people, but there is some terrible behavior that certain people are enacting and doing and embodying. That makes me feel like they must be terrible people then. So there you go. Anyway, paying less attention to that ugliness and focusing more on what can we create. That will bring about more love and unity on this planet. And I keep hearing these words of that we're moving into being united countries of Earth. United countries of Earth. I mean, that's just something to hold on to with the feeling of how can I add to that? How can I help create that? I may not live long enough to actually see it occur in this lifetime, in this body I'm in now. But I can help prepare the way to bring us into that way of being. United Countries of Earth. I feel that once we humans come into unity with one another, we will open up to intergalactic communication with others. So that's something to focus on. To help get us out of the malaise of what we're experiencing right now. And so, I feel like I've rambled on long enough. I was hoping we'd see a fawn, but not today. So many blessings to all who come across this video. And just know that you're not alone and there's strength in unity. Okay, bye for now.